we should be multi-talented. So HR combines a lot of competences and a lot of knowledges. It's not about figures, but it definitely about numbers and figures. It's not only exclusively about psychology, but for sure it's about psychology.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's podcast. I'm Rahul Abhishek, the CEO and founder of HireWithEve.ai, an AI agent for applicant screening that helps reduce hiring time by 90%. Today, we have a very special guest joining us from Cyprus. Our guest is Anastasia. And to tell you a bit more about Anastasia, she is the Chief People Officer at Finom. Finom is a financial solution for entrepreneurs and freelancers, and they're headquartered in Amsterdam. And recently, they've also experienced exponential growth and recently secured a 50 million investment and are on track to becoming a unicorn startup by 2025. Anastasia also holds a master's degree in global HR from Kingston University. So welcome to the podcast, Anastasia.
Thank you, Raul. And hi, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here with you and share my thoughts.
Perfect. So why don't we start the conversation by you sharing with our audience your background, your career, how it has evolved, and then how you've reached where you are today.
I have been working at HR for almost 20 years. You can calculate my age easily. Yeah, actually, I have international background. I worked in CIS region and in South Europe, and currently in 2 last years, I have been working with 4 core markets: South Europe, Spain, Western Europe, it's Netherlands, and also Eastern Europe, Poland, and I know Cyprus, somewhere in between.
Okay, great. Now, so Anastasia, one of our questions for our guest often is this notion that I want to understand from you, is that we feel HRs are the superheroes of the organization. And I just want to get your perspective on, do you think that is the case or not? And let me just outline why we think like that. And so HRs are the people who really bring the team together, who works on the vision and the mission of the company, and they are the ones who enable the leadership to reach their goals. And which is why we believe this. I just want to get a picture and understanding from you. What do you think? Does this notion stand its ground or not, or what is your perspective on it?
Actually, it's a good explanation of HR role, that we are superhero. Very silent and modest usually, and we often care about others much more than about ourselves. Maybe it's also our superpower to prioritize others and find inner resources without resources, how to care about ourselves. I think another perspective why we could be perceived as superheroes, it's our constant balance between business interest and people interest, in our employees' personal interest. So it's not easy to find the right solution in very particular cases to ensure that company is human being and human centric, but at the same time able to achieve business results. So it's every time it's a tricky question. And also maybe we should be multi-talented. So HR combines a lot of competences and a lot of knowledges. It's not about figures, but it definitely about numbers and figures. It's not only exclusively about psychology, but for sure it's about psychology. It's about marketing. It's about AI. It's about everything. So never boring
Yeah.
profession.
Definitely, definitely, and that makes sense, of course. Now, what would be the flip side of the coin, where you've of course been working in the domain for quite few years now. What would you say are some of the inherent weaknesses that you often encounter, the function having or often professional slack that you think actively should be worked upon?
Oh, it's a question about it's always matter to find right balance. Uh, I like surfing, and personally I am fan of surfing, and I think HR is very close to this sport and discipline because we are working in very dynamic, uh, I know, a very dynamic environment. And even if you mature HR, even if you uh, assemble it with right knowledge and all the time develop your professional level and so on and so forth, you couldn't skip current company and current C-levels personalities and they strengths and limitation. This is kind of never enough to understand context and find right way to work in this context. In one situation, you should use short board, another long board. So, and it's matter of weather as well. Too much uh, too much elements you should take into consideration. And this is constant, mistake or underestimation of HR professionals.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, that's a great metaphor. I mean, HR is like surfing. Great. Even I enjoy surfing a lot. So I kind of try to catch your drift there. Perfect. So Anastasia, what would be then your vision for, the role of HR when it comes to driving business growth and success of the business altogether?
I think we are just enabler of company to work through people. It's interesting that almost for all industries and all businesses, a headcount budget is the biggest line in budget. And by the way, HR manage this huge share of budget of spendings. And of course, we could do manage it efficiently and protect a company from overspendings, or we can allow to drain budget. And this is our role to help company use budget efficiently. So just dynamically follow what is current company needs and to what invests to enable company be ready for all challenges.
Right, right. So of course, you have to make sure that you're supporting the business and whatever challenges are there for the business or company, the function is ready, to support the company during those times and with those challenges. So now, Anastasia, you've been, of course, in the industry for some time now. What have been some of the trends that you've seen the industry go through over the last couple of years? Would be great to get your insights on higher level trends that we should also be aware of, and we see how those are going to translate in the coming years.
Yeah, I think it's obvious that we see three main trends. First of all, it's AI. It's a last year trend. Of course, it started a bit earlier, maybe the last 3 years, but 2024 is exclusively about artificial intelligence and how to utilize it in all spheres and in HR as well. So this is tricky. Before, in previous chapter of history, we spoke about automation and how to automate, how to build processes. Now it looks like we automized almost everything. It's about next level, how to implement AI. Second trend from my point of view is well-being, because definitely Gen Z generation is about work-life balance. And I see it clearly in Europe, not here in Europe. It's not only about Gen Z generation, but everyone prey on well-being and respect working hours and so on and so forth. It's a European approach how to work and how to build a sustainable work environment. And third trend is diversity, equality, and inclusion. Now it's on top of agenda because of everything, because of historical period of time, because we learn a lot from our history, and also government stimulate and chase us to provide equal opportunities through equality pay directive, through I know Spanish compliance and legal perspective. So we not only have this intention because we are ethical, good people, and so on and so forth. Also, we have to take into consideration diversity, equality, and inclusion.
Of course, of course, of course. Would be great actually if you could share some insights on how are you and the company going about ensuring this particular trend, because of course the industry is talking about it. It is important also for company and society as a whole. What have been then some of the initiatives, for instance, that the company is taking in order to progress in this topic?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, about AI, maybe I'm not the best speaker because we maybe the best because I'm not sure much HR already ride this wave. I'm like majority just super junior in this technologies. So what we are doing currently with my team, we are experimenting how to utilize AI for selection, screening, selecting on a first stage of recruitment process right candidates. And also currently we're experimenting how to assess culture match through AI. This is
Okay.
quite interesting, I may say.
Yeah, of course, of course. And I'd be very interested also to know about the DEI topic. How is
Uh-huh.
company going about this particular trend?
A never-ending story, believe me. I think I read a lot of uh, fiction and non-fiction about this particular topic, and I see it's a never-ending story to divide people on our people and strangers. We also try as human beings to try to find our friends with similar traits and find enemies because of something is different. Um, I may say that for the last 2 years, my company moved at least did great step, huge step from monoculture company to really diverse. Many managers faced with bias that we should hire similar people like me with similar background from industrial perspective and from national perspective, because we know working ethic. We know how to deal with these people. We know how to deal with this generation. And the HR team, and especially talent acquisition team, just provided a very rich pipeline of diverse candidates
Right.
to demonstrate that it's possible. So it's not a matter of gender, nationality, or whatever. If you find person with right drivers, for example, I'm working in startup or already scale up, and this is very special mindset of people, very dynamic, about change, super curious, ambitions. It doesn't matter really. It's Chinese, I know, African, European, Dutch. Doesn't matter if
Right.
person have right drivers. It's fine. And a story of our success based on first attempts, and it was successful. So other managers started to say, okay, let's try. And now last week we had a strategic session with the executive team, and one of managers said, look, I have the most diverse team in the company. I thought, okay, now it's a matter of competition that I have this, and this diverse people, because 2 years ago, I couldn't imagine that it's even possible.
Yeah, so it has really gone in the organization that people have started to talk and promote it,
Yeah.
and that's great. That's great. I think all the hard work has paid off, and eventually people start to talk like that, and really begins to see it as an important part of the work.
Is a benefit. Yes,
Yeah.
it's about benefits.
Yeah, exactly. So, Anastasia, talking about a bit about talent here. Of course, being a very high growth startup, you must be rapidly, of course, increasing the size of the company, adding new people to the team. Can you share with us strategies of what has worked for you when it comes to attracting great candidates to the company?
Yeah. For the last year, we hired almost 300 employees,
Hmm.
new business. So it was massive recruitment, huge wave of recruitment. How we did it. So strategy was uh, simple. Together with I hired just super high professional talent team lead, who implemented new ATS system, and the system provided us transparency on analytical part. How many vacancies do we have? Average time to hire, time to fill, cost per hire. So just full transparency, and really broad dashboard of information. So it took situation with hiring under control, and also key of success was right setup of talent team. So it was just right people with right mindset, and they tried to hire a lot. So because it was by the way a tricky moment when I interviewed talent acquisition specialist, and I asked how many people they hired on a monthly basis, what is the average, and I heard from many of them they were proud to hire one per 6 months, or I don't know, 3 per 3 months. And I hired only that talent acquisition specialist who said, I, uh, uh, I can do more. It's not enough. I can do 10, 12 per month.
Right.
Not and different, by the way, because it's not a trick to hire 10 similar professionals. This is a matter of professionalism to hire 10 absolutely different professionals.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, and of course, that is definitely one of the inherent challenges that we have because we're hiring all kinds of professionals, right? What about talent retention? What has been, I would say, even challenges and solutions that, in your experience, has worked out for the company?
Oh, I don't want to provide boring but necessary tools which we use. By the way, we decreased the churn rate 2 times simultaneously with massive hiring, which is great and makes me super proud of. Um, uh, so I don't want to be too much in details about building processes, implementing policies, uh, payroll without mistakes. It's necessary stuff, but it's a bit boring to discuss. Um, I think one tool would be more interesting. It's simple, and I'm sure the majority of HR teams and specialists use it. It's engagement survey. Uh, uh, what was exceptional is our way how to work with results of engagement survey. Uh, Currently, it's a main metric and a big topic to discuss each quarter. So we run engagement survey on a quarterly base. We provide detailed reports to C-levels. HR business partners every quarter go to C-levels and set team workshops to discuss team results and provide maybe not only transparency, but also ask insights. Why so? What you forget to share, maybe what was uncomfortable to share in survey, what you want to tell, how we can, as a team, influence on situation, what we can improve in our lives. So it's kind of sharing responsibilities because a lot, it's not only HR matter or not sales matter of care, choice, attention, so on and so forth. And after series of workshop every quarter, we sit together with C-levels and discuss overall company metrics.
Right.
And we share who progressed, who dropped some metrics. It's never a point of blaming. It's about what support your team needed, what are you asking for, uh, mm, and why. So it's about why, more about curiosity, not how you dare to drop metrics, but why, how, which support do you need, and by the way, celebration of success because many teams increased significantly their results. But it's going back. It's
Yeah.
dynamic environment.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Makes sense. Makes sense. So, since we're talking about these aspect of, talent retention, talent acquisition, and of course, you're the chief people person of the company, what are some of the, leadership topics and challenges that you often come across, in your years of duty and something that you feel has been at a recurring basis, that you deal with? And it would be, I think, very useful for young generation as well as, some of the HR professionals to understand how the leadership, looks like and what problems you encounter.
Leadership. I don't know. It's never enough to be. It's now. It's infinitive journey to become better manager because it's about dealing with people. So, um secret of good manager and my current task to provide basic knowledge to junior leaders who just recently changed individual contributor role to managerial role. And also it's about caring of mature leaders, because they have tendency to be super confident in their management style, management tools, but we have to continue be curious and open to new knowledge, to external challenges which came from next generation, from external environment, and so on and so forth. We should be long life learners. And yeah, senior managers are super confident and powerful, and they protect from feedback.
Right.
Good enough. Yes, the initial answer, I'm perfect. Don't bother me. And we need to find way how to explain. Continue your journey, become better and better manager, study from your people, change your style, challenge yourself, so on and so forth. So it's not easy. It's not really, it's not easy.
Yeah, yeah. I can definitely understand. So, Anastasia, we're now coming to a close to our podcast. And before we do so, one final question for you would be to the younger generation, Gen Z and Alpha. And what is
Alpha already. Okay.
what is your? I think they will join the workforce, not yet.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
then,
yeah.
if any one of them is listening to this right now, what do you think that they should keep in mind, they should learn and kind of prepare for when they join the workforce? And you can of course talk from a perspective of joining in the HR function.
Oh, first of all, just join HR domain, because believe me, it's never boring. It's super creative sphere of knowledge. Again, it was my starting point of our today conversation. I said that HR is about everything, about psychology, about business acumen, about analytical skills, and it's easier to switch from one type of work into another. It's about event management, about organizational development. It's never boring. Just join. Dark side of profession is about, you know, professional burnout, emotional burnout, because we care about others, and what business asking us constantly, please do care about workforce, provide better conditions for them, solve all conflicts, and we do a lot, and we deal with personal limitation, mindsets, so psychology, and definitely it burns out. And to protect ourselves from burnout, we should be self-conscious, to have enough resources, maybe out of work, to care about ourselves through supervision, through psychotherapeutic session, so on and so forth, through meditation, yoga, surfing, doesn't matter. But it's also a kind of interesting journey, because dealing with others, we explore ourselves and understand ourselves better. So it's uh, it's a journey without final destination. It's super interesting.
Yeah. I think that's a great kind of inside view of how working as an HR professional is. So thanks a lot for sharing that. I'm sure that is helpful for for the young bees joining the workforce. So with that, Anastasia, I would really like to thank you for your time, sharing your insights, stories, ideas with us, and we wish you the very best.
Thank you, Raul. Good luck with your product. Thank you guys for your attention. Good luck with the HR and all challenges which you face and will face in the future. Take care.
Thank you so much.